God is saying to you today, my beloved child, I know you have been battling hard lately. I see the weariness and frustration settling on your shoulders, as the enemy relentlessly tries to block the destiny path I have prepared for you. This threshold season has been intense, the breakthrough is so close yet just out of reach. Let me assure you that everything happening right now, the confusing disruptions, relationship strife, this feeling of running in place, it is not for nothing. I am allowing a necessary testing and refinement process, so that you can fully step into all I have planned without distraction or disqualification. The enemy sees this too, which is why he is frantically trying to knock you off course. He knows his time is short. So let me refresh your perspective today. You are so close to stepping into breakthrough, do not give up now, for you will reap a mighty harvest if you persevere. Consider the journey of transformation, a path walked by those closest to me. Among them, Peter, an impassioned heart, quick to act, yet equally swift in his retreat to the shadows of doubt and fear. My teachings to Peter were not merely lessons of the moment, but preparations for a destiny far greater than his immediate understanding. In the face of life's great trials, the enemy lurks, seeking to sift the faithful as wheat, to challenge and dismantle their belief. Yet in these moments of impending despair, my intercession remains steadfast. Even when he stumbled, caught in the snares of betrayal or denial, my resolve did not waver. For in his weakness and regret, in the bitter tears he shed, there lies an opportunity for profound growth and redemption. My plan is not hindered by faltering steps, rather, it embraces these moments as crucibles for transformation through my guidance and unyielding love. Even the most wayward spirit is brought back to the fold, awakened to a newfound strength and purpose. My beloved one, just like Peter had to walk through his own threshold test, so too do you. The enemy wants to make you stumble and derail my destiny for your life. He amplifies voices of condemnation to make you feel disqualified. He frustrates and oppresses you to spark anger and resentment in your heart. He fills your mind with anxious thoughts to lead you into fear and paralysis. But do not listen to those voices. I know it is hard when you feel battered on all sides, however, you must remember my promises over your life. What I have spoken will come to pass. Just as I prayed for Peter and kept him through his sifting season, so too have I prayed for you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I will silence the voices of condemnation and oppression. I will answer your prayers for breakthrough and direction with clarity and wisdom from my throne room. Now, let's talk about the flatness you've been feeling lately. That is not a coincidence. The enemy is trying to puncture your momentum and progress right now, hoping to trap you in discouragement and frustration. He wants to flatten your soul by draining your passion and zeal for my plans. Recognize his schemes for what they are, attacks to slow you down before you reach the finish line. I want you to see that the extent of his attack is evidence itself that you are so close to your next breakthrough. Hold on just a little longer, my beloved, pushing back against his lies and oppression. At the precise right moment, I will accelerate and launch you suddenly forward into the next season I have prepared. Picture yourself standing right now in front of a huge, magnificent door. It is carved of ancient oak, weathered through generations but still standing sturdy and tall. This door leads into the fullness of your destiny and promise in me. You have been judiciously journeying through the wilderness to get here. Behind you lies the wasteland of broken dreams, failed expectations, and fallow ground. Before you stands the door into the verdant promised land, overflowing with milk and honey, an abundant blessing for you to freely partake of to your heart's delight, my precious heir. Can you perceive what is happening right now? We stand at the threshold between what was and what will be. You are being transitioned into an entirely new realm of authority, impact, and living grace from my hand. We will cross over together as one into the fullness of your true identity and kingdom purpose. Now is the time, the harvest is ripe around you. Do not grow weary in the toil. For you shall reap an overflowing bounty if you push forward through this threshold season to full breakthrough. The stage is set, the hour is urgent. Loose the chains of perceived failure and disqualification. Cast aside the grave clothes hindering your freedom. Like Lazarus, come forth now into the fullness of life divine. Spirits are already rushing towards you to hand off a legacy mantle carried faithfully through generations. Do not miss your moment now. Let me speak to some of the specific battles I have seen you facing in this threshold hour. Firstly, your thought life, my beloved. You have always been exceptionally gifted with perception, easily picking up on spiritual insights. The prophetic realm is your second home. However, the enemy has been working hard recently to hijack those revelatory gifts, flooding your mind with anxious thoughts and false perceptions. He drops deceitful images like snakes that slither stealthily into your thoughts, poisoning you with destructive dreams and visions. He twists reality with malicious mirages, trying to lure you into limitless circles of overanalyzing everything through lenses of suspicion and doubt. My beloved, you must learn to take every thought captive at its inception. Refuse to allow your imagination to run unhindered down winding rabbit trails of fear and confusion. Just because a thought enters your mind does not make it truth, that must be dissected from every angle. So many futile mental hours have been wasted in this obsessive overanalysis that actually distances you from my heart and perspective. Enough. Tell those python spirits strangling your synapses to loose their grip. Now, take back control of your thought life, capturing those snakes and casting down every vain imagination that exalts itself above the knowledge I reveal to you. Determined to dwell on things noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable. Set your mind on things above, where your spirit is already freely soaring beside me. Secondly, I see how the enemy has been attacking and oppressing your physical health recently too. At times, even basic tasks like getting out of bed are overwhelming as invisible weight presses relentlessly down upon your entire being. Muscles ache, joints creak and groan, your body is literally manifesting the bruising spiritual assaults trying to crush your soul inch by inch into surrender. In these weary moments, beloved one, you must remember that I care deeply about your body too, this earthly housing of my precious Holy Spirit's dwelling place. I fashioned you together with my own hands, fearfully and wonderfully made. I perfectly planned out your days before even one came to be. Not one molecule in your body escapes my diligent notice or loving care. When you feel too crushed and exhausted to even pray, call upon my spirit to intercede through wordless groans and sighs. Allow heavenly streams of my living water to soak through every bone and tissue, refreshing your frame with resurrection life. The enemy wants your body to give out before you fulfill your kingdom calling, but I will restore and empower you mightily to run the race with endurance until the finish by my grace. Your relationships are suffering right now under the weight of this prolonged battle. The enemy knows how crucial positive, life-giving connections are in this threshold season, so he has done everything possible to wear down rapport through repeated misunderstandings and constant friction. Beloved, you must guard your heart vigilantly right now. The enemy wants to rip open tender wounds that cause you to pull back from vulnerable connections with others you have destiny links to build with. He faithfully exploits your secret fears of rejection by orchestrating circumstances that feel like betrayal, but do not withdraw from relationships. Now is not the time to isolate yourself. Even though your exhaustion tempts you to cocoon away from drama and misunderstanding. Press through the discomfort of misalignment to courageously connect in new ways. Pray often with and for these companions who share pieces of your journey. Like and share the video if you have trust in the words of the God. Subscribe to the channel if you love Jesus.